Today we're out at another integrator here locally. This is Admit One, based out of Edina, Minnesota. And we're actually able to explore the space by ourselves, so let's just walk around and talk about all the different products they have and what we see. So here we're in the main lobby area. This is where they would have meetings, greet people as they come in. Not a lot to choose from here. They're just kind of showing off some different chair options, different selections you can make for furniture. Like more of the shades over here as well, so a lot of samples in this space. But a lot of the cool stuff is back here. As we go through the space, we're going to see displays of different lighting options being shown off. Welcome to the cinema. So you've got to have a popcorn maker. Over here we've got a master control. This is from a company called RTI. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while. It's a little dusty. Kind of an old school setup here. They got their theater Blu-ray. RTI is actually based out of Minnesota, so not a ton of people using that nowadays. Seems like most people have gone to like Elan, Savant, Crestron, Control 4. But over here we've got the rack that's controlling all of the theater stuff in this space. So we've got our amps. We've got our audio set up here. Kaleidoscope is for like videos. And then this is what's doing all the amps for all the stereo. So that's just for the audio in this space alone. There's quite a bit. I've got a really cool theater set up here, so it's tiered out. Then we've got the snack ledge back here, which I think is kind of cool. They've got some big speakers hidden. And so when we come down here, you can see they've got the multi-tiered setup here for the theater. They've tucked the projector in that box there, so it's kind of hidden away. And they've got the cove lighting, which is a cool feature. A really big screen. So they've got it set up so that the curtains will actually change for the aspect ratio. And then there's speakers that are behind this as well. And so this particular screen is one of the more higher end ones, but you can see we're getting this really bright color, even with the lights on. This is a very large space, so I imagine that's a laser projector, but don't quote me on it. I didn't install it personally. So this is just kind of the demo area. So
yeah, this is kind of our client experience center. We've been in this space, I believe, for about 8 years. Original was just the theater space we were just in. So it's a great space to, bring in different groups of people. We've hosted a lot of different events with, industry partners, builders, architects.
Agents.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And then it's a great place to bring customers in and let them see and
the different like keypads and
exactly
control units, the lighting, the speakers.
Yep.
So back in here we've got another demo area. Different parts are set up for different things, and so as we walk around, we've got kind of more of this gaming section. On the wall, they've got some stuff talking about like how do you want your sound to look. So do you want this style, the traditional play? Do you want it kind of built in, architectural, or do you want to do the invisible where it's in the wall, you just don't know it's there? They can do all of that here. They've got this cool bar. What's neat about this is we've got 6 different screens, so they're actually doing distribution, so you can change what is on each one. And so here we've got these 4 are combined, but it can make all 6 combined. You can have all 6 being different. So just kind of showing off like kind of what the technology can do. And then as we go through the space, we see different ways to control. So we've got the launch port here, which is just an iPad in its little battery charger thing. So you can set it back. And then we've got another RTI controller here. I'm really big on lighting control. So here we have from Crestron actually. This looks really nice. We can have different scenes set up. And you see it's lit up. So when I press that, and then we can do the different controls. I'm not sure which one it's controlling right now, but something. And then over here we've got another theater setup. So they've done a nice flush mount. So they're showing up the different styles of speakers. They've also got the invisible speakers. And then down here is just kind of like some just like sound dampening that you could do. Looks really nice. And you could also use it for, like, for speaker covers as well. It looks great in the theater bar area. And then we also have a projector that can drop down. And so if it's a flex space like this, somebody might have like the wet bar area, the snack ledge, the seating, and then when there's a lot of light, you'd use the TV, but if it's more dark or you're watching a movie, you could have the projector come down and the system would automatically switch from the TV to the projector, which is pretty cool. So here we're getting into a lot of their speakers. They work with a ton of different partners on that. So I'm not an expert on speakers by any means, so I won't dive into that, but here we have a frame TV, so it's off right now, and it's a zebra, the art, but they did this nice sound bar, and they worked with a company called Elan, which makes the nice like box so that it matches, and so it just kind of blends seamlessly on the wall. Typically you'd hide that wire, but don't worry about that. And then more just examples of like how they can make it look elegant. So they've taken a traditional TV here. This one's from Sony. They just box around it, and then they've got the sound bar there versus having the big speakers sitting out. And so when you use a professional company, really the tech should just blend in. It should be seamless. It should be experienced and not seen. To the left here is the rack that's controlling everything for this space. Again, with the Anthem for the distribution. This is for the video distribution. And then here's some of the sources. So we have the kaleidoscope, we got the dish, we've got a watt box down there. So that's going to do power conditioning and surge protection. Since this equipment is fairly expensive, you want to make sure that there's not any issues with that. And then with Wattbox, they can actually remotely tap in and control that, so reset things. So if you had like a router or modem that needed to be remotely reset, you could do that as well, or automatically do that. So we got your other sources of input. These are for the Sony speakers. This is for Elan control, so separate from Crestron, another distributor that they work with, so that you could kind of make a comparison. Elan is definitely more of an entry-level price point, whereas Crestron is going to be your high-end, your super luxury houses, your larger spaces. So yeah, that is that rack wall. It's cool how they just have it on display. And then we've got more of these Crestron controls. Over on the wall behind you, there's actually one that has rainbow mode. And when I press it, it lights up rainbow. That's kind of cool, right? But each of these is like individually engraved. And what happens is when they do the installation, these are actually just blank plates. And then they come back and they do the programming, and then they print these out afterwards. And that way the person can decide what's important to them and have that changed out. So yeah, this is kind of more of a meeting space for them. Again, more speaker demonstrations. They've got the TV into the wall. There's invisible speakers, and then there's these badass speakers that haven't been installed yet. I'm told that they're actually for a project, and so they're just there temporarily. Over here they have something I think is really cool. I'm a big doorbell guy. This is the 2N video doorbell, and so it just looks a lot more elegant than like a Ring or something like that. So when I press this, it's actually going to show up on all the different Crestron screens. Here we are. So inside they can answer, can dismiss, and they can actually go in and like change different things, unlock the door, turn on some lights. There we go. So it's pretty cool. Looks way nicer. And then yeah, it goes on all the different screens. So wherever you are in the house, you could see it. So you're the operations manager. What does that entail?
A lot. No day is the same. You get pulled in a lot of different directions, but as far as my day-to-day tasks, overseeing our field staff and all those activities, and a hand with project management as well. and our service department too. So that's a big part of our...
After the fact, when they're having an issue, they can call and the
Yep.
team comes out and gets your Netflix to work again.
Yep. So like I said, your day can start out a certain way, but it can be
Interesting.
Derailed into, fixing issues. But yeah, I enjoy, working with the homeowners and our team and the different trades as well. So
Yeah, so tell us about the Butler service. It's not behind us anymore, but there it is.
There it is.
Tell us about the Butler VIP.
At Admit One, we pride ourselves on service, our VIP service platform, which is unique in the industry. But this is our Butler button, and we will distribute these to our homeowners and builders. And they, with a push of the button, they can hit this. It'll send us a text or an email, and we can contact them and say, hey, what is your issue? What's going on? So we get a text or an email or create a service ticket as well. We have a ticketing platform as well that this can send us a ticket and we can respond and on the spot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what's the ongoing cost then for having such a service?
There is no cost to our customers with an ongoing service. Every system that a customer purchases with us comes with our VIP service, and there is no cost to them for ongoing maintenance and service of their system.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if they have an issue with like getting Netflix to work, you can call you up and it'll help out, or the keypad isn't doing what you think it's supposed to.
Yep.
Awesome.
A lot of times with the systems these days, remote maintenance has come a long ways too. If someone has an issue, many times we can log in, look at what's going on, and address the issue remotely before even rolling a truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I get the newest PS5 and I want to add that to my system? Is that covered as well?
There's certain areas where it's not covered under our service. Like I said, some of the break fix stuff and system additions and things like that would be billable, but the daily maintenance things, the issues that the original system would be covered under our VIP service platform.
As like one system gets updated and maybe the other one isn't compatible anymore, or changes occur.
Exactly.
It's very problematic on the DIY side, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Every day is changing. So
Absolutely.
Another benefit of working with an integrator and using a professional system.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks so much for showing us around. I'm going to put a link on screen to some of the other projects that you guys have done in the past that we've scoped out. And of course, if there's any awesome projects you're working on, be sure to call us. We want to do more. In the meantime, though, where can people go to find out more about your company?
So people can go to our website at admitonesystems.com. Also follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. You'll see a lot of our cool projects there. Or feel free to give us a call at the office here, 952-240-6262.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by.